Hello students, welcome to this session 1 of 3 ICC Standard 10th Mathematics chapter Similarity of Triangles. Already you are familiar with the term congruency of triangles in Standard 9th. Now this chapter is a just step ahead. Alright, now this for Standard 10th is very important. This chapter will give you around 3 to 4 marks questions. So we have tried to divide this whole chapter into sections covering all the basic theories and applications. And believe me, we are not just solving the question and providing you the solution, but our main objective is to make you think and make you learn the thinking process, the thought process behind each solution. Alright, so let's start. In session 1 introduction, first you will learn about the meaning of corresponding sides, angle and vertices. Then you will learn the meaning of similar figures and how it is different from congruent figures. Next, you will learn all the conditions required to prove two triangles similar and its application. After that, you will learn how to derive ratios between corresponding sides of similar triangles. Then we will move on to do some selected questions based on above discussion, which will also include past year's questions. Next, we will derive the basic proportionality theorem and understand the concept it provides. After that, we will solve some questions on BPT. Finally, the session will conclude with a session summary which will highlight the key points from the above discussion. We are going to start this session with the topic corresponding sides, vertices and angles of figures. Okay, now since you have studied in standard 9th about congruency of triangles, there you came across this term congruent sides, vertices and angles, but still to many of you this topic is little confusing. So I'll just explain it once, then we'll try to understand what is the meaning of similar triangles, what is the meaning of similarity. Okay, now let me explain it with help of two figures. Let me take one triangle here, triangle A, B, C, then triangle D, E, F. As you can see, I have made same shape, but the size is different. All right, now it is very important to know what are the corresponding sides, vertices and angles if you don't want to lose marks here and there. All right, and if this is not clear, you will always be confused. Okay, so let's get this topic clear once and for all. Okay, now this triangle I can name it as triangle ABC, no problem here. Even I can name it as triangle ACB or triangle BCA or even triangle CBA, no problem. Same here also, this triangle can be labeled as triangle DEF or triangle DFE or triangle EFD, as many ways you can like. All right, so while you are labeling it or naming it like this, no problem is there, but problem comes when you are comparing two different triangles. All right, suppose you want to compare about the similarity or about the congruency or the equality of the two triangles. All right, then you have to pay special attention to the corresponding sides, vertices and angles. All right, for example, if I say I want to compare triangle ABC and triangle EFD, that statement is totally wrong. All right, because when I refer to as corresponding sides, vertices, I have to be very particular about the order of the vertices. For example, here vertex A is corresponding to vertex D, vertex A is corresponding to vertex D, and same here vertex B, the corresponding vertex would be here E. That means we are hunting for the matching pairs, keep in mind. Okay, same here vertex C is corresponding to vertex F. All right, so here I wrote the corresponding vertices of both the triangles. Same way, even the sides also, when you are referring side AC, corresponding side to it would be side DF, and side let me say AB, the corresponding side would be side DE. AB corresponding side is D. Same way CB, the corresponding side in this triangle would be FE. So here I wrote about vertex, here I mentioned the sides. All right, Even angles, you should be knowing which are the corresponding angles. Here angle A corresponds to angle D. Angle B, corresponding angle would be here angle E. For angle C, the corresponding angle would be angle F. No problem here. Now when you are comparing it, triangle A, B, C, just pay attention to the order of vertices. First I have written A, then B, then C. Second triangle when I am writing, the order of vertices should be similar. That means I started with writing A, B, then C. So for this triangle it should be in same order, D, E, F. Triangle D, E, F. This is the correct way. Alright, if I would have written triangle A, B, C and triangle let's say E, F, D, that would be totally wrong, because you check the order of vertex A and D, B and E and C and F are in same order. Alright, so this is very important, very crucial. You have to keep that in mind about the order of vertices of the triangles. Alright, so to get it more clear, let's take one more example. This time let me draw it this way. Triangle A, B, C, next triangle D, E, F. Alright, so suppose I label it, this is angle A, angle F. A and F are equal. Now angle C, angle E, then we have angle B which is equal to angle D. Alright, so here now you can just help me out in pointing out the corresponding vertices. Now check angle A. Alright, the corresponding vertex should not be D, it should be F, because both are equal. So matching pairs, remember, F. Same way angle C would be equal to this angle, angle E. Alright, so C and E are corresponding. And last one, angle B, the matching pair would be angle D. So the two triangles are triangle A, C, B, and same order you will write, and triangle F, E, D. Alright, I hope now you don't have any confusion regarding the corresponding sides, vertices and angles. Okay, now let's try to understand the meaning of similarity. Now since you have understood the meaning of corresponding sides, angles and vertices, it will be easier for you to understand the meaning of similar figures. Alright, now similar figures are those figures which have exactly the same shape but they may differ in size. Alright, let me just revise it once more. Same shape, when do we call two figures having same shape? When they have equal corresponding angles. That means we have to check out for the angles. Alright, and same size, we say two figures they have same size if their corresponding sides are equal. So for size you have to check for the equal sides, and for shape you have to check for the equal angles. Alright, and not just any angle, the corresponding angles and the corresponding sides. So for two figures to be similar, it should have same shape. That means the corresponding angles should be equal, but they might differ in sides. Alright, and for congruent triangles, you have done this in standard 9. For congruent figures, both the conditions should be fulfilled. The figures should have same shape and same size. Then we say both the figures are congruent. Example, see this example here, triangle PQR. If you look at the sides, compare the corresponding sides. Alright, 5 centimeter, 5 centimeter, 5 centimeters, 5 centimeters, and here RQ 6 and ZY is also 6. So here the sides are equal, that means both the figures they have the same shape, and even if you check the angles, the corresponding angles are also equal. So here we may write that triangle PQR is congruent to triangle XYZ, PQR XYZ. But in this situation, if you look at the corresponding angles are equal, but the corresponding sides, this is 10 and this is 5, it is not equal. So here the two triangles are not congruent, but they are similar. So here I can write that ABCD is similar to EFGH. Both the figures are similar. Similarly here, if you compare these two, the corresponding sides, this is 5, this is 3, the sides are not equal, alright. But if you check the angles, the corresponding angles, each angles is 60 here, all the angles are equal, alright. That means the corresponding angles are also equal. So here we may write triangle ABC, be careful about the order of the vertices, is similar. This is the symbol used to write similar. Triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF, alright. Now one more thing you have to keep in mind, that if any two figures are congruent, that means if they are congruent, they are similar to, alright. That means here PQR, if it is congruent, then it is understood that it is also similar to triangle XYZ. That means if they are similar in size, in shape also, they are also similar, alright. But in this situation, it is not true every time that if two figures are similar, they will also be congruent. Keep in mind that in congruency, if you place this figure on top of this figure, it will exactly overlap it, it will cover it. But in this situation, in similar figures, if you place it on top of it, it may or may not merge with the other figure, alright. I hope you understood the meaning of similarity. Now we will move on to some conditions which are required to prove any two triangles similar. We will just focus in one type of figure, which is triangle here in this chapter, okay. Let us now learn about the conditions which are required to prove two triangles similar, okay. So we have three conditions here. First one is side angle side, then angle angle, or you can also call it angle angle angle, and last one is side side side, okay. So let's have a look at it one by one. First one, you can prove two triangles similar only if two conditions are satisfied. First condition is that at least one angle, any angle, right, of first figure should be equal to any angle of the second figure. So I can just say angle A is, suppose it is equal to angle D, alright. So first condition is satisfied. Second requirement is that the sides which are containing those angles should be in proportion, alright. So first condition was angle A is equal to angle D, that is clear. Second condition, now look at the sides which are containing this angle A. Angle A is contained by sides AC and side AB, and angle D is contained by side DF and DE. Now these pairs should be in proportion. It will look like this. AC, see, AC and AB are containing this angle. So AC by DF should be equal to second side which is containing this angle is AB by DE, alright. So keep in mind, just these are the sides which are containing these two angles, so they should be in proportion, alright. Only if these two conditions are fulfilled, we can say that triangle ABC is equal to similar to triangle DEF, alright. Let's take one more example. This time I will change the angle, okay. So here suppose if I write angle A is equal to angle F, alright. So first condition is fulfilled, at least one angle is equal to other angle of any angle of the second figure, alright. So first condition is fulfilled, we got one pair of equal angles, angle A equals to angle F, alright. Now check which two sides are forming this angle A. Angle A is formed by again AC and AB, and angle F is formed by FE and FD. These are the sides. Okay, now these also should be in proportion. So it should look like this: AC, all right, by FE equal to AB by side here would be FD. Only if these two conditions are satisfied, we can write triangle ABC is similar to triangle. Be careful about the order here. ABC I have written here, so it should be FDE. So both the triangles are similar. All right. Now here, second condition, angle angle. In this situation, the two triangles can be proved similar only if at least two pairs of corresponding angles should be equal to each other. What I mean to say, at least angle C and F and one more angle A and angle D. These are, we are having two pairs of corresponding angles and both are equal. Alright, so at least two pairs of corresponding angles should be equal, then we can directly write that triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF. Are you getting it? Now keep in mind, to avoid mistakes, if situation was something like this, triangle ABC and triangle DEF, be careful about this. Many students, they do mistakes here. Suppose it is given angle A is equal to angle let me write E, and angle C is equal to angle F. Are you getting it? Now here we are having two pairs of angles equal. Angle A is equal to angle F and angle C is equal to angle C is equal to angle F and angle A is equal to angle E, but they are not the corresponding pairs of angles. Alright, so here it is not possible to prove them similar. Keep in mind, the pair of angles should be the corresponding pair of angles. And last one, two triangles can be proved similar by their ratio of their sides. If it is already given in the question that corresponding sides, here we are having PR and side corresponding to this side is ZX equal to PQ, and side corresponding to this one is XY, or QR by YZ. As we can see here, the corresponding sides are in ratio. If this ratio has been provided, then it is understood that both the triangles are similar. We can just simply write triangle PQR is similar to triangle XYZ. So here also you have to keep in mind, like here, the sides should be the corresponding pairs. Alright, corresponding pairs should be equal. Then only this ratio is possible and the triangles are similar. Now that you have learned how to prove two triangles similar and all the conditions required for it, the challenging part comes when you have to draw ratios from two proved similar triangles. Alright, this is the most challenging part and the part where many students, they commit errors. You will not find a separate explanation for this section in your book, so please pay attention. Okay, now see, for example, if we are having two triangles, triangle ABC, and another triangle is triangle DEF. Alright, so suppose angles are given. This angle is suppose 60 degrees. This angle is suppose let me say this is 30 degrees. This angle here is 30 degrees and this angle is suppose 90. This is 90 degrees. And this angle here is 90 degrees and this is 60 degrees and this angle is 90 degrees. Alright, suppose this is the question and suppose you have to prove them similar. Alright, so how you will proceed? In triangle ABC, and triangle DEF. So you are comparing these two triangles. Okay, so hunt for the equal angles. First I can see this angle 60 is equal to this angle here. So I will show you two methods, all right, to draw ratios. First one, you have written angle A equals to angle E, which is equal to 60 degrees. Second, angle B, which is 30, is equal to angle F, which is 30 degrees. And lastly, angle C is equal to angle this D, which is equal to 90 degrees. All right, so we are having the angle postulate. It states that at least two pairs of corresponding angles should be equal. So we have got here three pairs. All right, so directly we can write triangle ABC is similar to triangle, all right, ABC. So we first I selected A, then B, then C, 60 degree, 30 degree and 90. So here also in same order I will choose the vertices, all right, 60, 30 and 90. So 60, 30, 90. So this should be EFD, all right, by angle. All right, till here no problem. Problem comes when you have to draw the ratios. All right, now this is one application of similarity. Once you have proved two triangles similar, you will get ratios out of it. All right, all the corresponding sides should be in ratios. Okay, so here one method you can just select. This is angle 60, side opposite to it is what? CB. Just write here CB. All right, now hunt for same angle. This is also 60, side opposite to this is what? FD. So by FD equal to 30 degree, side opposite to it is what? AC. AC by 30 degree, side opposite to is DE. DE equals to 90 degree, side opposite to this is AB. AB and 90 degree, side opposite to this is FE. FE. All right. So to check it, to cross check it, on the numerator, sides of first triangle would be there, CB, AC, AB, CB, AC, AB, and in denominator sides of the second triangle. Okay, so this is how you find out the ratios. All right, because I have made two separate figures, so it might look easier, but sometimes in questions, in one figure you will have 2-3 triangles, then that problem comes. Okay, so second way to draw these this ratio is, again I will do the same thing. Triangle, since I have proved them already similar, I will use this result. Triangle ABC, I will have to just do it once more. I will do in triangle ABC and triangle DEF. All right, now in second method, all right, you need to write the full name of the angle. Okay, so angle A, it is called CAB. Angle CAB equals to angle A is equal to angle E. So this is DEF. DEF. Second angle would be, suppose this one 30 degree is angle ABC. Angle ABC, which is equal to 30 degree angle is here, which is EFD. EFD. Last one, 90 degree angle is BCA. Angle BCA. Here 90 degree angle is FDE, which is equal to angle FDE. All right. Now two triangles are similar. Triangle ABC is similar to triangle EFD. Till here no problem. Now how to find out the ratios? You just omit the middle portion here. This section you omit it, LHS and RHS. All right, so the sides which you are getting here, CB by DF, write it down, CB by DF equals to AC by ED, which is equal to BA by FD. All right. So depending upon the level of question, you can choose whatever method you like. I hope this topic is clear. Let us now solve our first question. Okay. First, what we will do, read the question properly. It is given that angle GHE is 90, DFE is 90. So they have provided 90 degrees here in the figure, and values of some sides are provided. So first and foremost, what you will do, we will place all the values in the given figure. Secondly, we will hunt for the correct triangles. All right. We will prove them similar, and after proving them similar, third and final step, we will get out the correct ratios between the corresponding sides. All right. So step by step, firstly we will put the given values in the given figure. So value of DH is 8 centimeters, value of DF is 12 centimeters, and value of DG, that was this length, so it has been provided, DG is 3x minus 1, and DE, this length, it has been given as 4x plus 2. All right. So actual length of DE and DG has not been given. So we have to find the actual length of DG and actual length of DE. All right. First step done, we have put all the values. Second step, identify the correct triangles. All right. So which two triangles we should choose so that we may get the correct ratio. All right. So one hint I'll give you, you can use this because you have to find the length of DG and length of DE. All you have to think that DG side belongs to which triangle. Look carefully. DG, it belongs to triangle DGH. All right, and DE, it belongs to triangle DEF. So the two triangles are triangle DGH and triangle DEF. All right. If it is looking a little bit confusing to you, you can just separate the two triangles like this. GHD, first triangle, and we are having 90 degrees here because if this is 90, this also is 90. And second triangle is something like this. This is FDE. All right. So in this triangle, 90 degrees is here. So what I have done, I have separated the selected triangles. Now this angle D, if you look carefully, it is common to both the triangles. Angle D is common to both the triangles. So I will just mark them as equal. Now what we have to do, we have to try to prove them similar. Okay. So already two angles have been given. So I will just start in triangle. First triangle I will take as GHD and triangle. Second one would be EFD. All right. So first thing, 90 degree has been given. So in this triangle, angle DHG is equal to angle EFD. Both are 90 degrees. EFD given 90 degrees. Always write the reason for each statement. Okay. Second one, angle GDH equals to angle FDE. The reason would be it is common to both the triangles. All right. Now if two angles are equal, the third angle automatically it will become equal to one another. All right. So last one would be angle HGD. HGD is equal to angle, this would be angle DEF. Right. So you can just write it down, both are equal. So 3 angles we got equal. Now we have studied that at least 2 angles should be equal, all right, 2 corresponding angles. So already we have proved the triangles similar. So we can just write it down. The triangle, first triangle would be triangle DGH. DGH is similar to triangle EFD. EFD, all right. Now once you have proved them similar, last and final step, you have to hunt for the correct ratio. So DG by ED, all right, DG by ED equals to GH by FE, and finally HD by, this would be DF. So we got the ratios, all right, but still we have to find the lengths. Okay, so now what we are going to do, we are going to use the ratio to find the value of DG and DE. All right, so I'll just write it down once more. Okay, because here one confusion might be there, because 3 terms are there. All right, so what you will do, you will select the correct 2. In order to do that, what you do, you mark the given sides of which the values have been provided. Okay, now you check DG, value of DG it is given, just put a tick mark with pencil. Then ED also you have to find. Then GH, nothing has been provided, so we will not mark it. FE also has not been provided, but HD, yeah, it is here, HD is there, and DF is also there. That means out of these 3 terms, now we will use only DG by ED equals to HD by DF. All right, now what you will do, you will substitute the values. Value of DG from here is 3x minus 1. So this is 3x minus 1 divided by value of ED is 4x plus 2. 4x plus 2. Then we have HD is 8 and DF is again 12. Cross multiply it, 12 into this numerator here, this would be 12. 3x minus 1 equals to cross multiplication. Okay, 8 4x plus 2. Next, this 12 you multiply it inside the bracket with each term. 36x minus 12 equals to, again this 8 will be multiplied to each of these terms. 32 plus 16, x was here. Now what you will do, x term you bring them together. 36x, this will come this side, 32x equals to, send this minus 12 this side, this would be 16 plus 12. Negative was there, so it came here as plus. So this would be 4x equals to 828. So x would be 28 by 4, that is 7. So value of x is 7. We have to calculate value of dg. So dg, the equation given is 3x minus 1, and for de, the equation given is 4x plus 2. Put the value of x here. So 3 into value of x was 7 minus 1. So this would be 21 minus 1, that is 20 centimeters. Next one, 4 into value of x is again 7, 2. So that is 28 plus 2, that is 30 centimeters. I hope this question is clear. Let's move on to our second question now. As you can see here, we are having a figure has been given here, provided, and following informations has been given. Okay. So first thing, as I told you in previous question, whatever things are provided, you just label it in the figure. So it is given here FB is equal to FD. FB is equal to FD. No problems here. So since this side and this side of triangle FBD are equal, triangle FBD we can call it isosceles, and if it is isosceles, this angle has to be equal to this angle, and we are going to use this result later on. All right, so I'll just write it here. Triangle FBD is isosceles triangle, hence angle FBD is equal to angle FDP. We are going to use this result. All right, now next part, what we have to do, next step, we have to select suitable triangles which we are going to prove similar, and then only we can get this ratio. All right, so using this ratio we can find the triangles. So first what you will do, look for the numerator part. Okay, FB and BC. Now think, FB and BC belong to which triangle? FB, and this is BC. So FB and BC, they belong to triangle FBC. All right, so first triangle I got in triangle FBC, and for second triangle you look in the denominator, AD and ED, they belong to which triangle now? AD and ED. Clearly they belong to triangle ADE. So second triangle is triangle ADE. No problems here. All right, now for simplicity what I will do, I will redraw these two triangles separately. I'll split the two triangles. Okay, so FBC, I'm drawing it here. This is your FBC. If this is 90, this also should be 90 degrees here. Second triangle ADE, let me draw it here. All right, this is ADE. All right, and we have 90 degree here at point E. All right, now these two angles are equal, angle B and angle D. So let me mark it, angle B equals to angle D. No problems there. Now we are having here two pairs of angles equal. All right, so automatically the third angle which is left, it will be equal. All right, no need to prove it. So third angle, automatically it becomes equal. All right, now let's try to prove it similar. All right, so in triangle FBC and ADE, first I'll write angle, let me take this 90 degree, BCF, angle BCF is equal to angle BCF, so this is DEA, all right, reason is each is 90 degree. All right, second one, let me take this angle, so angle CBF. All right, angle CBF is equal to angle EDA. All right, reason would be angles of isosceles triangle. All right, so third one would be CFB, angle CFB equal to angle, this would be EAD. All right, so this much result is sufficient to prove them similar. Okay, so I can write here triangle, be careful about the order, FBC is similar to triangle FBC. Okay, so this should be, first I took this angle, then this is, so this should be A. Right, be careful about the order of vertices. Okay, ADE, DE. All right, and the reason would be by angle postulate. All right, once we have proved them similar, we can easily now get the ratios. For ratios we'll use this BF by DA, already I taught you, BF by DA equals to CF by EA, and last one would be CB by ED. All right, but we require only two terms, so FB and AD. FB, where is FB? This is FB, this is AD, then BC we are having here, and this is ED. So from you just select these two terms. Okay, BF by DA equals to CB by ED. So proved. This was simple. Let's move on to next question. third number question, it has been given that QR is parallel to AB. We are having, just let us mark it, QR is parallel to AB. Then again it is given DR is parallel to QB. So DR is parallel to QB. You have to prove that PQ square is equal to PD into PA. So PQ square is equal to PD into PA. Now this is really a confusing one because there are so many triangles and it is very difficult to select the correct one. Okay, so what I am going to do now here, I am going to show you three pairs of triangles which can be proved similar. First, if you look carefully, triangle PQR and triangle PAB, they can be proved similar, alright, because they are having QR and AB as parallel lines, alright. Now second pair would be this triangle, triangle DRQ and triangle QAB, alright, and third pair would be from this triangle. If you could just forget this one, triangle PQB. In this triangle, if you look carefully, let me mark it here. This triangle PDR can be proved similar to triangle PQB. Alright, so we are having three pairs, but if you look carefully, this side PR and side PB is common to only two pairs. Alright, so let me, for clarity, let me draw it again separately, both the pairs of triangles which we are going to use. Okay, so here, first pair you will see here, this is triangle PAB, alright, this is triangle PAB, right, and here QR is parallel to AB, alright. So in this, from this figure, what we are going to do, we are going to prove triangle PQR similar to triangle PAB, alright. So in triangle PAB and triangle PQR, alright. So first angle which is equal, because line QR is parallel to AB, this angle should be equal to angle A here, corresponding angle. So let me write it here, angle PAB is equal to angle PQR. Reason is corresponding angles, right. Similarly, same way, this angle has to be equal to this angle, PRQ equal to PBA, alright. So PBA equals to angle PRQ, Q, same reason, okay, the reason is same, corresponding angles. And third one, angle P is common to both the triangles, okay. So I'll just write here angle APB is equal to angle QPR, alright. This angle is common, alright. Now since both the triangles, now it can be shown clearly that they are similar, I'll write the result here, triangle APB is similar to triangle QPR, okay. Now write the ratios here, PB by PR equals to PA by PQ, next we have AB by QR, alright. Now keep in mind, I told you na, this side PR and PB are common to two pairs, okay. We are going to see that, okay. Now just leave it here for now. Now move on to next pair of similar triangles, okay. Now we will focus on triangle PQB. So in triangle PQB, let me mark it as equation number 1. So I'll draw this triangle once. Triangle P Q B, this triangle, okay, and here we are having this line QR parallel to QB. Sorry, this is DR. DR is parallel to QB, okay. So this has been shown, okay. Now in triangle PQB, this is the figure. All right, let's start. The two selected pairs are triangle PDR and triangle PQB. Okay, so I'll just write here. Let me write this side. In triangle PQB, this bigger triangle, and triangle PDR. Okay, now since both the lines are parallel, again like here, this angle has to be equal to this angle, corresponding angles, and this angle is equal to this angle, again corresponding, and this would be common. Okay, let me write it here. Angle PQB, first I am taking the bigger triangle, is equal to angle PDR. Second, angle PBQ is equal to angle PRD, and finally angle P, that is angle QPB, is equal to angle DPR. Okay, now reason you write it, corresponding angles. Okay, here also corresponding angles, and this one is common. Don't forget to write the reasons if you don't want to lose marks. Okay, now triangle PQB is similar to triangle PDR by angle, because through angles we have proved them similar. So once you have got this, easy to write the ratio PB by PR. PB by PR equals to PQ. PQ by PD equals to QB by DR. Okay, now mark it as equation number 2. No problems there. Now compare both the equations. Okay, search for, all right, equal terms. Now PB by PR, PB by PR, see the first term here, it is same here. All right, so now we can just equate both the equations. All right, I can write here like this. From equation 1 and 2, all right, see PB by PR equals to PB by PR. All right, now what I am going to do, value of this PB by PR is PA by PQ equals to AB by QR equals to, this side again, from here if you see, value of PB by PR is these two terms. So write it down here. PQ by PD is equal to QB by DR. Okay, now what we have to prove? PQ square. Okay, where is PQ? Here we are having PQ, here also we are having PQ. So selected terms are these two. So PA by PQ is equal to PQ by PD. Cross multiplication, PQ square equals to PA into PD. I think this is the required result. See, PQ square is equal to PD into PA or PA into PD. So the result has been proved. I hope the question is clear. In fourth number question, we don't have to prove anything, but we have to calculate the value of PR. Okay, so this value of PR is unknown, and they have provided us with the values of side QM and side QR. All right, now how to select the correct triangle here? If you look carefully, so many triangles are here, but there are only two triangles of which they have given value of at least one side. All right, and the triangles are triangle PQM and triangle PQR. In both of these triangles, at least value of one side has been provided. So if we are going to prove them similar, and then when we are calculating the ratios, all right, there is a better chance of getting this side PR. Understanding? So we'll proceed with these two triangles. Triangle PQM, let me draw it separately. All right, first if this is 90 degree, this angle is also 90 degree. All right, now let us just assume that this angle is x. All right, now just move on to this triangle. In triangle PQM, let me draw the figure once more. All right, this is the triangle PMQ. We have assumed this angle to be x degrees. All right, and this length has been given, which is 3.5 centimeters. This angle is 90 degrees. No problems here. Okay, now in this bigger triangle, right, and triangle PQR, let me draw it separately. This is the triangle PQR. All right, and we have 90 degrees here, and length QR has been provided, which is 8 centimeters. All right, now already we have assumed this angle as x. All right, angle Q is common to both the triangles. Okay, so now we can proceed. That angle, first I am writing for this smaller triangle, angle PQM, which is x, is equal to angle PQR. All right, second one, I will take the 90 degree one. Angle PMQ is equal to angle RPQ. All right, and finally, already you know that the third angle, automatically it will be equal, because we are already having two angles as equal. So I can just write angle MPQ is equal to angle PRQ. All right, so we can just write triangle PQM is similar to triangle RQP. So if we have to write the ratios, the ratio would be PM by PR equals to PQ by RQ and finally MQ by PQ. So we got the ratios. Now let me write it here once more, but first we have to substitute the values. Okay, now look carefully. QM is here. QR, the values which are given, I am just marking it for my convenience. QR, where is QR? QR still we are not having. Okay, QR is given, na? Where is QR? This is QR. Here we have QR. Okay, so that means we have to select these two terms. Okay, because we are having two known values here. So I'll just write it separately. PQ by RQ equals to MQ by PQ. Now put the values. PQ we are not knowing, but RQ, value of RQ is 8 centimeters. Right here 8. Value of MQ is 3.5. It is 3.5 centimeters and PQ is here. So cross multiplication, PQ square would be equal to 3.5 into 8. So this will give you PQ square equals to 28. That means PQ square is equal to 28. Right, still we have not got the answer. Okay, now what we are going to do, look in this triangle again. Right, in triangle, where is it? We are having PQ square we got. So PQ square is 28. Let me write it. PQ square is 28 centimeters. All right. Now look carefully. This is a triangle PQR. PQR. All right. It is having 90 degrees. Now we are going to use the Pythagoras theorem because two sides are known. All right. QR already we are knowing it is 8 centimeters, and PQ square is 28. All right. So let this be perpendicular, let this be base, and let this be hypotenuse. All right. Now use the Pythagoras theorem. We can just write QR square is equal to PQ square plus PR square. All right. Value of QR is 8 square here. PQ square value is already given here, 28. So no need of putting square on top of it. 28 plus PR we have to calculate. So this would be 64, 28 plus PR square. Now the final part, PR square would be equal to 64 minus 28. So PR is equal to 36. Square is equal to 36. PR, send the square that side, under root 36. So PR would be 6 centimeters. I hope it is clear, or to be more correct, it should be plus minus 6 centimeters, but length cannot be negative. So we will take only the positive value, which will be PR equals to 6 centimeters. So this is the required answer. Now let's move on to our fifth question. All right. So a triangle has been provided, and firstly we have to prove triangle EGD is similar to triangle CGB. That means we have to prove this triangle similar to triangle CGB. All right. And secondly we have to calculate and show that value of BG, that means this length BG, is actually 2 times of GD. All right. Now it is given in the question that BD and CE are the medians. So BD and CE are what? Are medians. All right. Now by medians we understand, already we are knowing that medians are what? The lines which connect the vertex and the midpoint of the opposite side of the triangle. All right. That means this point D here, BD is the median, point D is dividing this side into 2 equal halves. Same way this line CE is dividing again this side into 2 equal halves. That means we can write here AD equals to DC and AE equals to EB, because D and E are the midpoints. So let's start to solve it. Okay. So first I will write here, since BD and CE are medians, all right, D and E are midpoints on sides AC and AB respectively. All right. So in triangle EGD and triangle CGB, if you look carefully, you won't find any equal angles. All right. The problem is that this line ED is not parallel to BC. It has not been provided. This information has not been provided in the question that ED is parallel to BC. But if you recall what you learned in standard 9th, a theorem called midpoint theorem. Let us first revise it quickly, then we will move on to this. Okay. The theorem, it states that if there is a triangle ABC, all right, and suppose point P and Q are the midpoints of the two sides of the triangles, all right, and suppose there is a line which is connecting the two midpoints, then this line, all right, has to be parallel to the third side of that triangle. That is the midpoint theorem. Okay, that means if P and Q are the midpoints of the two sides of the triangles, then the line which is joining the two midpoints should be parallel to the third side. That is the first result of this theorem. So PQ should be parallel to CB. Second one is that this same line PQ would also be half of the third side. All right, this is half of the third side. Now we have to use these results here. Okay, so since E and D are the midpoints and ED is the line connecting the two midpoints, we can write that ED is parallel to BC, and next result would be ED is actually half of BC. Mark it as equation number 1. We will be using it. Okay. Now look in this these two triangles. Since ED and BC are parallel now, we can simply state that this angle here should be equal to this angle. They are alternate angles. Same way, this angle should be equal to this angle. Again, alternate angles. And this angle here should be equal to this angle here. Vertically opposite angles. So let's write it down. Okay. So first one, angle DEG equals to angle BCG. Second one, angle this one was DEG. Okay, so EDG equals to angle CBG. All right, CBG. And last one would be angle EGD. Angle EGD should be equal to angle CGB. CGB. For these two, the reason is alternate angles. All right, and for this one, vertically opposite angles. All right. Now we can state that triangle EGD is similar to triangle CGB. So first part is proved. This one is proved. For the second part, you need the ratios. Okay, you can get the ratios from here. DG by BG, DG by BG equals to EG by CG, EG by CG equals to last one, ED by CB, ED by CB. All right, we got the ratios. Now we have to prove this. Okay, to prove this, you select these sides. Okay, BG and GD. We are having BG here and GD here. Okay, that means we have to take this term. Second one, you will select the terms from here, ED and BC. ED is here and BC is here. That means this one is not needed. Only you require these two. All right. So DG by BG equals to ED by CB. All right. Now what we are going to do, we are going to put the value of ED from here, which is half BC, instead of this ED. All right. So DG by BG equals to, instead of ED, what I will write here, half BC by already one CB is there. The reason would be here from equation number 1. This will get cancelled. So we are getting now here DG by BG equals to half, or DG equals to 2 times BG. I think this one is the required answer. Sorry. Cross multiplication, na? So this should be 2 times of DG equals to BG, or I can write here BG equals to 2 DG. So this is the required answer. Okay, BG equals to 2 GD. Same thing. So again it is proved. All right. Question number 6 is appeared question from 2012 ICSE board exam. Okay, so let's try to solve this. In this question, a figure has been provided and some informations has been given, like value of AC, side AC length has been given 10 centimeters, AP value is 15, PM is 12 centimeters. So first thing which you will do, you will place the values in the figure for convenience. Okay, so AC, the length is 10 centimeters, AP, that means this length is how much, 15 centimeters. Then we are having PM equals to 12 centimeters, that means this length is equal to 12 centimeters. So first thing which we have to prove, triangles has been given already, triangle ABC similar to triangle AMP. So triangle ABC similar to triangle AMP. Right, so let us draw them separately. The first triangle, triangle ABC, and second one MAP. Right, now 90 degrees here in first triangle at angle B, 90 degrees, and in second triangle 90 degrees at point M, like this. No problems. Now what else is given here? From this figure we can see that both the triangles, they have a common angle here at A. Triangle ABC, this angle is common to angle MAP of triangle MAP. Alright, so one angle is common, that means this angle is equal to this angle. No problems. Let's start. In triangle ABC and triangle AMP, first thing I will write this 90 degree angle, angle ABC equals to angle AMP. Alright, the reason would be 90 degrees each given in the question. Second one, the common angle, angle BAC equals to angle, this would be MAP. This is common, right? So directly we can write here, triangle ABC is similar to triangle ABC is similar to triangle AMP, triangle AMP. So first part is proved, and the reason for this one is by angle postulate. All right, you can you could have even shown the third angle also, but it is not required. All right, because earlier you were learning it for the first time, so I was doing it for each angle. Okay, now just from two angles how to take out the ratios. Okay, because for the second portion we need those ratios. Okay, so from here AC by AP equals to BC by MP equals to, now how to get the third side? Very simple, AC BC, just you see here, AC and BC are two sides of this triangle. Which one is left? AB. Write it down here, AB. Same way AP and MP are sides of this triangle. So which one is left? MA. This would be MA. So we got all these ratios here. All right, what we have to find now? AB and BC. That means we have to find AB and we have to find BC. So both the quantities are unknown. All right, now what are the values which we know? If you look here, we know the value of AP we are knowing. Also the value of AC has been given, AC also has been given. All right, next value of MP also has been given. All right, so first we will select these two terms. All right, that means ratio AC by AP equals to BC by MP, because only one unknown is there, rest all values we are knowing. So substitute now value of AC AC is 10 centimeters, value of AP is 15, value of BC we are not knowing, and MP is 12. That means BC would be 10 into 12 by 15, right? That means value of BC is 8 centimeters. So we got BC now. Now time to use these two terms. All right. Again write down the ratio. BC by MP equals to AB by MA. All right. Put all the values now. Value of BC is 8. Value of MP. MP is how much? MP is 12. And value of AB we have to calculate, and value of MA, all right. So value of MA also is not known, okay. So we have to first calculate the value of MA. How to do that? To calculate MA, what we'll do, let me draw this triangle once more. Triangle MAP, right? This is 15, this is 12, and this is unknown, and here we are having 90 degrees. That means we have to use Pythagoras theorem here. So this would be AP square equals to MA square plus MP square. Value of AP would be 15, value of MA is unknown, value of MP is given 12, square of that. So square of 15 would be 2 to 5. MA square plus square of 12 is 144. That means MA square is equal to 2 to 5 minus 144. So MA square equals to, this would be 4, this would be 1 and the side 8. So MA would be under root 81. We will get here plus minus 9, but since we are calculating length, negative sign will not take, right? Length cannot be negative. So MA would be just 9 centimeters. That is the answer. Okay. Oh, this is not the final answer, sorry. Now put the value of MA here. Value of MA we got here 9. So this would be AB equals to 8 into 9 by 12. So AB is coming equals to 6 centimeters. So AB equals to 6 centimeters and BC equals to 8 centimeters are the answers. Now let's move on to this very important theorem, and it is having a lot of application, all right, in coming questions. So let us first try to understand the true meaning of basic proportionality theorem. Pay attention. What it states that if there is a triangle, all right, triangle ABC is there, all right. Now if I draw a line parallel to the third side or any side of the triangle, right? Suppose I want to draw a line parallel to CB, all right, and that line is cutting the other two sides of the triangle, all right. So suppose this line has been drawn, this is PQ, all right, and this line has been drawn parallel to the third side, all right. So there is a triangle, and what we have done, we have drawn a line parallel to the third side, and that line is crossing the two other sides of the triangles. In this case, what happens, this line will divide the two sides of the triangles in proportion, in ratio. What I mean to say, that if PQ is parallel to CB, all right, then AP by PC should be equal to AQ by QB. See that the line, the parallel line has divided this side into ratio AP by PC, and this side also AQ by QB. All right. Now let us try to prove it. Okay. So what I will do in order to get this result, proof is not required, but for better understanding I am explaining this one. Okay, in triangle ACB and triangle APQ, all right, already we know that PQ here is parallel to CB. That means this angle here APQ should be equal to this angle here, and this angle here AQP should be equal to angle ABC, because they are alternate angles. All right, and finally this third one, all right, is common to both the triangles. Is that clear? So we can just write it down. Angle ACB is equal to angle APQ. All right, reason is alternate angles, sorry, corresponding angles. My mistake, these are parallel lines na, so they are corresponding angles, corresponding angles. All right, again second one, angle ABC is equal to angle AQP. all right, again corresponding angles. all right, so we will use only these two results. Okay, so using these two we can just write triangle ACB is similar to triangle APQ by angle postulate. Okay, now once you have done this, you can obtain the ratio AB by AQ. AB by AQ equals to AC by AP. All right, now what we are going to do, let me use this side. This was AB by AQ equals to AC by AP. If you look carefully, all right, side AB is actually made up of sum of AQ and QB. That means I can write AB as AQ plus QB divided by AQ is already there. This side also, side AC is actually made up of sum of AP and PC. So I will split it, AP plus PC divided by AP. All right, now you divide the denominator to both of the terms here. That means AQ by AQ plus QB by AQ equals to AP by AP plus PC by AP. Now AQ and AQ will get cancelled, AP and AP will also get cancelled. So we are left with 1 here plus QB by AQ equals to again 1 plus PC by AP. Now this one and this one will also get cancelled. So we are left with here QB by AQ equals to PC by AP. All right, now take the reciprocal on both sides. This would be AQ by QB, AP by PC. All right, now you compare with this result. AP by PC is equal to AQ by QB. So this is proved, and this will happen only if this line is parallel to the third side. I hope it is clear. And the converse of this is also true. All right, it simply means that if I say that there is a triangle and already the ratio has been provided, all right, converse theorem, just pay attention. Suppose again a triangle has been provided, A, B, C, this is point D, this is point E. All right, if it is mentioned here that if AD by DC is equal to AE by EB, that means this ratio is provided. All right, that means it is understood that if you join line point D and E, the line connecting them would be parallel to CB. So we can write here then DE is parallel to CB, just the opposite of previous theorem. I hope this is clear. Let us now try to apply that basic proportionality theorem in one of the questions. Okay, see in this figure, the question states that point D divides the line segment AB in the ratio 3:5. So it is given that point D is dividing the line segment AB in the ratio 3:5. That means we can just write AD by DB is equal to 3/5. This is given. And second thing, it is clearly shown in the figure that line DE is parallel to BC. So DE is parallel to BC. All right. Now by basic proportionality theorem, we can just write that AD by DB is equal to AE by EC. That is what we have learned from the BPT, isn't it? Now clearly you can check it. Line DE is drawn parallel to BC. It has been provided in the question itself, and the theorem states that line drawn parallel to the one of the side of the triangle divides the other two sides in proportion. So this is your basic proportionality theorem. All right. Now the first thing which you have to find, you have to calculate the value of AE by EC. AE by EC we have to find. AE by EC. All right. Now we will just use this equation by BPT. We have AD by DB is equal to AE by EC. But value of AD by DB already we are having. AD by DB is how much? 3/5. Substitute it here. So 3/5 equals to AE by EC. So first answer we got, value of AE by EC is 3/5. All right. Now let's move on to the second part. The same question. Now you have to find AD by AB. AD by AB. All right. If you look here again, AD by, okay. So here AD by AB we have to calculate. AD by this full length AB. All right. So we will just use one trick. From here we can get the value of AD by DB. All right. We already know the value of AD by DB, which is equal to 3/5, and what we need here in denominator, we need here AB, but we are having DB, and numerator already AD is there. All right. So we need to do some settings and change this DB into AB. Now how to do that? If you look carefully, DB, this length, if you add AD to it, the complete length would become then AB. All right. That means in DB, if you add AD, the full length AB will be obtained. All right. So to do that, first you take the reciprocal. DB by AD equals to 5/3. Now add 1 on both sides. Adding 1 on both sides. Now what we will get? DB by AD plus 1 equals to 5/3 plus 1. Take the LCM. AD DB plus AD. Now see here, now we have got DB plus AD. DB plus AD. All right. This side it would be 5 plus 3/3. So this would be AB, full length of DB plus AD would be AB by AD equals to 8/3. All right. Now take the reciprocal again. So finally we have got AD by AB is equal to 3/8. So second answer also we have got. All right. Now let's see for the third part, AE by AC. Similar type of question. Third one, you have to calculate AE by AC. All right. AE by AC. All right. Already we have got the value of AE by EC. All right. The same method we'll use. Value of AE by EC is 3/5. Now what we need? AE is already there. A is here. But we need to transform this EC into AC. To do that, again same method. You will first take the reciprocal. EC by AE equals to, this side it will be 5/3. Now you know what to do. adding 1 both sides. So EC by AE plus 1 equals to 5 by 3 plus 1. So this would be EC plus AE by AE equals to 5 plus 3 by 3. Alright, so EC plus AE, look here, EC plus AE would be again AC. AC by AE equals to 8 by 3, or you can just take the reciprocal again, AE by AC would be equal to 3 by 8. I think this is the required result. So we have calculated the value of AE by AC also. Now fourth portion of this one is, a condition has been given. If DE, value of DE they have provided, it is 2.4 centimeters. The value of DE they have provided. We have to find BC. Find BC, right? Now DE is 2.4 centimeters. We have to calculate the value of BC. Clearly here you cannot use the basic proportionality theorem, because the base side, alright, ratio will come only after proving triangle ADE and triangle ABC similar to each other. Alright, so in short I will just do triangle ADE similar to triangle ABC, because this is very simple figure. Alright, you can just do it in your rough copy and try to prove them similar step by step, but I am doing directly here because this is a long question, because figure also is not that complex here. Alright, clearly we can see, because DE is parallel to BC, this angle would be equal to this angle would be equal to this angle, and angle A is common to both the triangles. Alright, so we got all the corresponding angles. Alright, so since this is the situation, both the triangles are similar, we can just write down the ratios. AD by AB, those are the corresponding sides. AD by AB equals to AE by AC. AE by AC equals to, required ratio is DE by BC. DE by BC. Alright, so just to check now here, we have to find BC. In this, BC is here. Alright, that means we have to take this term. Value of DE has been provided. Now out of these two terms, check which value you are already knowing. AD by AB is 3 by 8. Alright, so we can substitute those values here. Value of AD by AD is 3 by 8 equals to, I will omit this term, I will just take DE by BC. DE value is 2.4 and BC we have to calculate. So BC finally would be 2.4 into 8 by 3. So BC equals to, cancel it, that is 6.4 centimeters. Alright, so fifth part, fourth also we have done. Fifth part, we have to calculate the length of DE. Again one condition has been given. Here we have to take the length BC as 4.8. BC now we will take 4.8 centimeters, and now with respect to this value we have to calculate the value of DE. That means we will omit this 2.4. Now we have to find the new value of DE. Alright, so again we will use this same ratio here, because already we have proved the triangles similar. Alright, so I will just write AD by AB equals to AE by AC equals to DE by BC. Alright, now we have to find the value of DE. Alright, DE is here, value of BC has been provided, BC has been provided here. Alright, now value of AD by AB already we are knowing. Alright, so I will choose these two terms. Okay, AD by AB is equal to DE by BC. Value of AD by AB from here is 3 by 8. 3 by 8 equals to DE by BC, given value is 4.8. So DE would be 3 into 4.8 by 8. Alright, so take out the decimal, 6 times, so this would be 1.8 centimeters. So this is the required answer. So just now we have learned how to apply the basic proportionality theorem. Always keep in mind that in a triangle, when you are, suppose this is triangle ABC and this is triangle ADE, keep in mind, okay, when you are applying BPT, you will get only the ratios of the two sides, not the base side. Is that clear? And the ratio would be AB by BD, all right, like this, AB by BD equals to AC by CE. That means we are not taking the full length of the sides, all right. This is how the ratio you will get, okay. But if you prove these two triangles similar, triangle ABC and triangle ADE, the ratio would be AB divided by the full side DC, then AC divided by the full side AE, and also you will get the ratio between their base, all right. So this would be BC by DE, which is not found in case of basic proportionality theorem, but both of these have their own use, okay. So you have to learn both. I hope the question is clear. Let's solve this final question now. Figure has been provided and everything has been labeled, okay, and it will be tempting to try to apply the BPT here, because it is very clear that this line is parallel to FE and this line DC is also parallel to BA, all right. So once we will try, okay, just if we apply the BPT on this figure, suppose in triangle BFE, all right, then we will get the ratio BC by CE equals to BD by DF, all right. Now just to check, BC is unknown, all right. So value of C we are knowing, value of BD we don't know, DF also we don't know. That means if we are using this theorem, we are not getting the correct answer, all right, because it is impossible to solve this, all right. So we will have to think little differently, all right. So what we will try to do, just look at this figure in triangle ABC and triangle CFE, all right. If I try to prove them similar, all right, the corresponding sides ratio would be BC by CE, all right, AC by CF and AB and FE, like this. BC by CE would be equal to AC by CF equals to AB by FE. Now you just check, BC we have to calculate, CE is given, AB is given and FE is also given. That means if I solve these two, easily we can get the answer, okay. So we will proceed by this method. Now look how to start. In triangle ABC and triangle FCE, all right, because what we are having, firstly I will just show, it is important to show AB parallel to FE. How to do that? Since DC is parallel to AB and see, DC is parallel to AB and also DC is parallel to FE, all right. DC is parallel to AB, all right, and DC is also parallel to FE. That means AB and FE will also be parallel to each other. So using this I can just write AB is parallel to FE. Now it will be easier for us to prove them similar, okay. So since this line and this line both are parallel, what I can say that this angle, let me use a different color, this angle over here should be equal to this angle, alternate angles, and this angle here should be equal to this angle, again alternate angles. Now this is possible only when the lines AB and FE are parallel, already we have shown that, and this angle over here, they are equal as vertically opposite angles. So write it down here. Firstly I will write angle BAC equals to angle EFC, BAC, EFC, little mistake, I am taking this angle BAC, angle BAC equal to EFC, equal to angle EFC. Second one, angle ABC, ABC equal to angle FEC, and last one, the vertically opposite one, this and this would be angle ACB, angle ACB equals to angle FCE. All right. So reason for these two would be alternate angles, okay, and this one is vertically opposite. Don't forget to write the reason, okay, because you will lose marks here. Now using this we can state triangle ACB is similar to triangle FCE by angle postulate. All right, once you have done that, it would be easy to write the ratios. BC by EC equals to AC by FC by equals to AB by FE. All right, now put the values. BC, value of BC is X, so X, and value of EC is 3. AC and FE we are not knowing, AC by FC, let it be like that. AB again we have 7.5 and FE is 4.5. That means we are using these two terms to solve. Okay. Next part here, I'll just copy it once. X by 3, 7.5 by 4.5. So this would be X equals to 7.5 by 4.5. 3 goes this side, cross multiplication. So decimal is removed. 5 9s are 45. 5. X equals to just a little error here. X would be 7.5 by 4.5 into 3. We can remove the decimals. 75 by 45 into 3. 15 5 is 75. So X is coming 5 centimeters. All right. So once we have got X, easily we can find the value of Y. Okay. Now we'll pick triangle BCD and BEF and prove them similar. Okay. So in triangle BCD and triangle BEF. All right. If you look carefully, this is a very simple figure. BEF and this line BC is parallel to EF. All right. Value of X we have calculated, that is BC is 5 centimeters and value of CE is already given 3 centimeters. This value we have to calculate Y, and this is 4.5. All right. Easily both the triangles can be proved similar. Okay. I am not doing that in detail. Directly I am writing triangle BCD similar to triangle BEF. All right. By angle. Now the ratios would be BC by BE equals to BC by BE equals to CD by FE equals to, last one would be BD by DF, sorry, BD by BF, but this is not required. So we will use only just the two here. Okay. Now put the values. Value of BC from here is 5. Value of BE, look carefully, BE is sum of 5 plus 3, full length. So that would be 5 plus 3 equals to CD is Y and value of FE is 4.5. All right. Let's solve it. This would be 5 by 8 equals to Y equals to 4 Y by 4.5. So Y is again 5 by 8 into 4.5. Remove the decimal here, 10, and then y would be equal to this is 45 by 16. Okay, so you just solve it and get the answer in decimal. Okay, now that is the method. I hope you have understood. Now we have come to an end of session 1 of 3. I hope you have learnt a lot, and you should be extremely proud if you have attended the full session, because plenty of topics we have covered, such as the terms similar, congruent, and the difference between similarity and congruency, and the meaning of corresponding sides, vertices, so many topics, and plus we did some theorems such as basic proportionality theorem. Not only that, we even touched some previous topics from standard 9th, such as the midpoint theorem, the median. Through questions we applied those concepts, and I hope you got the idea how to apply the conditions of similarity and draw the ratios, because those are important. Next session we would be covering the rest portion, that is the relation between the areas and sides of triangles and the size transformation questions. There you will learn how to apply the concept of similarity in real life situations. So numerical problems also are designed in such a way that it will give you a feel of real application. So stay tuned for the next session.